Significant figures, problem set 1 and solution. In this video, we will walk through a variety of problems to help you practice counting significant figures. This is a critical skill for success in chemistry. From this video, you will learn how to identify significant digits in different types of numbers, rules for zeros when they count and when they do not count, as well as common mistakes to avoid when you are counting significant figures. Some tips to quickly and accurately count significant figures. Let's look at some examples. Determine the number of significant figures in each of the following figures. The first number given, 2351, all 4 digits are non-zero, therefore they all are significant. So if you count the significant figures, 2, 3, 5 and 1 all are significant. Therefore you have 4 significant figures in this number. Next one, 7054. There is a 0 between two non-zero digits. Therefore this 0 is also a significant number. So if you count the significant figures, 7, 0, 5 and 4 all are significant. So you have 4 significant figures in this number too. 8920, the last 0 here, which is a tailing 0, since there is no decimal place, we do not count this as significant. Therefore 8, 9 and 2, they are the only significant figures. So you have 3 significant figures. 8500's last 2 zeros are tailing zeros and they are not significant. So you have only 2 significant figures in this number. In the last number here, you have 1000. So 1 is significant. Since there is a decimal place at the end, these 3 zeros also significant. Therefore, the total number of significant figures in the number is 4. The next example, 20.0. Here, there is a tailing 0 with a decimal place. Therefore, this 0 here and the 0 after the decimal place, they all are significant. Therefore, you have 3 significant figures in this number. So the next example is in scientific notation. So you focus on the coefficient here. 6 is significant. 0 here after the decimal place is significant. 2 and 3 are significant. Therefore, you have 4 significant figures. This one here, you have all the zeros. They are between non-zero digits and even after the decimal place. Therefore, all the numbers given here, they are significant including zeros. Therefore, you have 6 significant figures in this number. And then this 0 consider as a placeholder. Therefore, it's not significant. Number 3, number 4, 5 and 2, they are the only significant figures in this value. Therefore, you have 4 significant figures. These 3 zeros again consider as placeholders. Only 3, 4, 5 and 0 at the very end is significant. So you have 4 significant figures. Let's look at more examples. 2000 without a decimal place. Therefore, you have only 1 significant figure. 2 is the only significant number here. And another number with the scientific notation, 6.450. So 6, 4, 5 and this 0 after the decimal place, it is significant too. Therefore, there are 4 significant figures here. And the next number, there are several zeros mentioned. However, since there is no any decimal place after these zeros, these zeros are not significant. Therefore, only 3 and 4 are the significant numbers here. You have only 2 significant figures. These are also considered as leading zeros and they are placeholders. Therefore, they are not significant figures. Only 5, 6 and 7 are significant. So, you have only 3 significant figures here. Again, this 0 is not significant. So, 9, 8, this 0 is significant and 9 is significant after that 0. So, you have only 4 significant figures. Let's do a few more examples to understand significant figures and to avoid the mistakes you do when you are counting significant figures. The first number given here has all non-zero digits. Therefore, you have 6 significant figures including 4, 7, 1, 8, 8 and 4. In the next example, the zeros are between non-zero digits. Therefore, you have to count all the zeros as significant. Therefore, you have 7 significant figures in this number. That includes 8, 0, 9, 0 after the decimal place, 3, 0 and 4. In this example, there are 2 zeros after 5. Still, they are after the decimal place. You have to count them as significant. So, number 4, 0, 5 and these 2 zeros are significant. Therefore, you have 5 significant figures in this number. Next one, 4, 0 and 0, 5 and the 0 after 5 are significant. Therefore, still you have 5 significant figures. Another number in scientific notation, 3.1. So, you look at the coefficient, you have 3 and 1 are significant. So, you have 2 significant figures. Significant figures are not difficult if you know the rules and if you follow the rules when you are counting significant figures. Let me show you some examples to summarize what we discussed today, especially including zeros. So if you have number 40, so this number has only one significant figure because this 0 here is not significant because it's a tailing 0. However, if you write 40 with 40 and you keep a decimal place here, because of this decimal place, you need to count this 0 as significant. Therefore, you have 2 significant figures. And if you write another number with leading zeros, they are considered as placeholders and you have only 2 significant figures in this number because these 3 zeros are not significant but large 0 after the decimal place is significant. So you have 2 significant figures.